Good morning and welcome to this 10-minute morning yoga practice. My name is Katie and today we're doing yoga for stress and anxiety relief. So sometimes I know you wake up and you just feel a bit meh, or maybe you have a big day ahead that is causing you some anxiety, and the best thing you can do is just take a few minutes to yourself. So we're going to do this 10-minute practice. I'll be here to guide you through it and keep you company. So if you're ready to begin, you can just take your most comfortable seat on your mat. You can always have a cushion or a yoga block to sit on here. Close your eyes. Lengthen your spine as much as you can. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Unclench your jaw and start to relax your face as much as you can. So all of those tiny little muscles around your mouth, around your eyes, along your forehead, just bring as much softness to them as you can. We'll start to bring some awareness to the breath. So breathe in deep. Allow your breath to open up your belly, expand your chest. Maybe you can feel it in the base of your throat. And then as you exhale, emptying your belly, emptying your chest, emptying your throat. And keep breathing like this. Each time you breathe in, you're breathing in relaxation, calmness. And each time you breathe out, you're letting go of stress, of tension. It's all leaving your body. And I'd like to share an affirmation with you, and that is, there is an ever-present loving energy within me and around me, supporting me every step of the way. There is an ever-present loving energy within me and around me, supporting me every step of the way. So as you breathe in, you're tapping into that energy, you're letting it into your body. And it is within you, it's around you, and it's here supporting you right now. So take a few more breaths just to soak it all in. On your next exhale, you can gently start to open the eyes again. We'll make our way into child's pose. So you can come into whichever version works best for you. You can have your knees together. You can take them wider apart. Big toes stay together and hands can either reach towards the front of your mat or they can come back to rest next to your feet with your palms facing up. If you can, release your forehead to your mat. If you can't, that's okay. Just make fists with your hands or maybe take a cushion or yoga block for underneath and then rest your forehead onto your hands. And then same thing, if your hips don't make it to your heels, that's okay. Take a cushion or a yoga block, put it in underneath. So let's see how quickly we can come back to that stillness, back to that ever-present loving energy, back to your breath, just a few rounds here. From here, we'll bring our hands back towards the front of the mat if they're not already there, and then pull yourself up, coming into tabletop pose, stacking your wrists below your shoulders and your knees below your hips. Push yourself away from your mat so you're nice and strong, And we'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. So as you inhale, tailbone comes up, belly drops down, chest comes forward, eyes look up. And as you exhale, tailbone points down, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest and drop your head. And do a few more like this. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Now coming back to a neutral spine, bring your hands closer to the front of your mat. We'll make our way into puppy pose now. So knees will stay directly below the hips, and then our chest will melt towards the mat. Maybe your forehead connects to the mat as well. You're just opening up your chest, letting go of that stress and anxiety that can tend to sit there. If it's too intense, take a bend into your elbows and just bring your hands back a little bit closer. A few long breaths in, now opening up your heart and your chest, releasing your shoulders. You can slowly start to bring yourself out of the pose now, coming back towards tabletop. Maybe you just need to do a cat pose here to round your spine again. And then when you're ready, hands come towards the front of the mat, curl your toes onto the back of your mat, lift your knees and then drag your hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. Feet can be about hip distance apart. You can have a bend in your knees. Eventually aiming to reach your tailbone towards the ceiling, releasing your head towards the mat, finding your best upside down V here. Push yourself away from your hands and just allow your whole body to stretch here. And I like to imagine when I feel that stretch, it's all the stress and tension just leaving the body. It's all getting stretched out. Take a nice big breath in, fill up your body. And as you exhale, you can start to walk your feet towards your hands. Coming into a standing forward fold, keep as much of a bend in your knees as you need. Release your head again towards the mat. Hands can hang low or they can come to grab opposite elbows. We're just going to stay here for a moment. So you might notice in this practice we're doing a lot of poses where the hips are higher than the head. And the reason is that it sends all the blood down towards your brain, which is a really great way to calm anxiety. So let's stay here, just let the pose do its magic. Focus as much as you can on your breath. Each breath in might lift you slightly out of the pose, but then each time you breathe out and your lungs are empty, maybe you can sink your nose a little bit closer to your knees. If you're craving another little shoulder opener here, you could interlock your fingers in behind your back, gently reaching your hands towards the ceiling, opening up your shoulders, keeping a big bend in your knees. Breathing in, and with control as you exhale, take your hands back down to the mat. We'll start to heel toe our feet over towards the edges of the mat now. Have them on a 45-degree angle, so maybe your toes spill off the edges. And then taking a generous bend into your knees, drop your tailbone bone down towards your mat. So you've come into a yogi squat. Remember, it doesn't matter how it looks here, focus on how it feels, and you can always have a yoga block or cushion underneath here for a little support. Palms can come together at the chest. Maybe you can gently open up your knees by pressing your elbows against them. Just a few breaths here. So this is a really nice grounding pose. Opening up your hips helps to release stress. So just take big breaths, feed that tightness, and exhale to get it out of your body. You can start to bring yourself back onto your mat now. So you might take your hands back behind you and just guide your hips back down onto your mat. You can come back to your most comfortable way to sit, lengthening up through your spine and then closing your eyes. Palms might come together at your chest here. Bow your head towards your heart. Find your breath, and as best you can, follow it in and out of your body. Find that loving energy that you have within you and all around you. And as you go through your day today, just remember that it's always there with you, supporting you. So thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you liked this practice. If you did, you can always let me know in the comments, or you can leave a thumbs up. I do have a morning meditation as well that I would definitely recommend. It is good for releasing stress and anxiety as well. So if you have more time, you could do that one. I also have lots of morning yoga practices. They're all 10 minutes and they're all together in the same playlist. So you can just keep coming back every morning if that's something that you're called to do. And you'll see those both on the end screen of this video. And I'll also leave a link in the description below. So thank you so much. I hope to see you tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.